Granny, I ain't Jethro.
I know it. He done ate a 10-pound breakfast and snuck off.
Well, now sit down while I tell you the news.
Probably took off for town for more girl watching.
Granny, Jethro has done hired himself out.
You mean he gets paid for watching girls?
He's working. Got himself a job cleaning out Mr. Drysdale's garage.
Praise be. How did you manage that?
Jethro did it himself, but I wouldn't raise his allowance.
Raise it? Why, back home I could feed 5 young'uns and a good-sized mule on what you give him.
I know, but the boy just said he had to have more than $1 a week.
What does Mr. Drysdale pay him?
$15.
$15.
And Jethro says it's a lot more work right here in the neighborhood.
Well, if he can clean out garages as quick as he can ice boxes, he stands to make a fortune.
Well, I just hope it keeps his mind off of not having a girlfriend. Here lately, he's been as sad as a big-beaked bird in a hailstorm.
Hi, Jethro. Hey, where'd you get the magazine?
Mr. Drysdale's garage.
Swinger? I never heard of that.
That's because it's the magazine International Playboys. And you ain't no international playboy.
Well, then how come you're reading them? You ain't an international nothing.
Well, there is an article in here on how to give girls a brush off. And that's the first one I'm going to read.
Well, Jethro, I see...
Hey, Uncle Jim, come on inside. Man-to-man stuff.
You get that whole truckload from next door?
Already took 2 loads to the dump. Then I found the key to fame, fortune, and females.
At the dump?
No, in the Drysdale's garage. This whole stack was sitting there, just waiting to get hauled away.
Swinger. A magazine for international playboy. Mr. Drysdale read this?
Well, him or Mrs. Drysdale, one.
I don't hardly think...
Hey, listen to this, Uncle Jeff. How to be an international playboy, page 22. Cozy cooking for cuddly couples, page 30. Furnishing the bachelor pad, page 45. Uncle Jeff, this is just what I've been looking for. I can hardly wait to start studying. Oh, that there is a kitty cat of the month. There's one in every issue.
You better get these all out of sight before Granny sees them.
Well, ain't Granny never seen a girl in a bathing suit before?
She ain't never seen so much girl in so little suit. Now, get them out of here.
All right.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. How are you today?
Well, good morning, Chief. I'm suffering from sunstroke, malaria, and a broken arm. I have the hauling service estimate for cleaning out your garage, Chief. They'll do it for $75.
I see. And what is your recommendation?
But hire them.
A perfect example of secretarial thinking as opposed to executive thinking. I hired Jethro to do it for $15.
Chief, you'll spend that much on gasoline just hauling stuff to the dump. Why, there must be a ton of junk out there.
My dear Miss Hathaway, that garage is full of valuable items. And as part of the deal, I told Jethro he could keep anything he wanted.
How generous.
Now, there's no telling what he might find. Why, in the old clothes box, there's a dressing gown I've never worn. Sonny gave it to me one Christmas. He must have hated me that year.
Jethro's coming, and why don't you see him? Oh, the poor darling. He must be worn to a frazzle. All hot and tired and dusty.
Greetings, dear friends.
What in tarnation air you got up for?
Reckon you ain't never seen International Playboy before. Most country folks ain't.
Where'd you get that outfit?
Mr. Drysdale said I could keep anything I found in his garage. This and this scarf was part of his old military uniform.
What?
Yeah, I found it in a box marked Salvation Army. Granny, is this all you got to eat?
What's wrong with it?
Well, nothing, but according to Swinger magazine, us international playboys has got to have what you call cuisine instead of just victuals.
What Swinger magazine?
That's the handbook of international playboys. It says that 65% of us eat stuff like tornadoes, filet mignon, and lobster and stuff.
Oh, if I'd only known.
Hey, and you got to learn how to cook a little critter called a martini.
What's a martini?
Well, I don't know, but 36% of international playboys has 2 or more for lunch. I have found my what you call destiny. Do you know that 85% of international playboys drive sporty cars? 78% have their own hi-fi stereos? And 98% have more than 3 girlfriends.
Playboy, it sounds kind of expensive.
Well, I ain't planning on getting everything right off. I'm going to start with just 2 girlfriends.
Hold it, Granny. Even so, boy, if you was to quit cleaning garages for hire...
Oh, I can save a little on my bachelor pad.
Your what?
My bachelor pad. 99% all international playboys has their own. But I can make this one do for a while. That reminds me. From now on, everybody's got to stay out of the parlor.
What did you say?
That's where I'm going to be entertaining my women. Playing in my hi-fi stereo, cooking them martinis in the fireplace.
You very kid.
You think you can afford all this?
I got $15 in my last week's allowance. I am ready.
And here he comes.
What's going on, boy? Where's Granny?
She's probably chased me clean into town by now, but I double back on her. Kid, how do you like my super stereo hi-fi?
Super what?
Oh, us IPs just call it stereo. That is, the 78% of us that's got them. You see, the idea is to get romantic music coming at your girl from 2 different directions. I was all set to give it a listen test. Hey, you be the girl.
Well, I don't
Oh,
hardly...
here. Just pretend that you're my date. All full of roasted martinis, warm and cuddly from the fire. I just start these 2 records going.
You gonna play 2 records?
Uncle Jed, that's stereo. 1 for each ear. You see, when that romantic music comes sliding in at you from both sides and meets in the middle, that girl is a goner.
Well, I don't think Granny...
Well, Uncle Jed, hold on. Come on, turn it off. Here comes instant romance. I must have had a wow in my woofer.
Boy, I think I'd forget it. Even if you do get this contraption to working, Granny ain't gonna leave you alone in here.
Well, she don't bother me, Uncle Jed. Once I get my date inside, I'll just shut them doors over yonder.
He must have doubled back on me, the honorary.
We'll be as snug as 2 bugs and...
I'm going to learn you manners so you can sit at the table like the rest of the family. This here's what you call a play. Oh, no. You've been watching Jethro again.
Hey, Ellie, where's Granny?
She's upstairs laying down. Got a powerful headache.
Come on, help me move my stuff into my new bachelor pad.
Whereabouts is it?
Parked out front.
Parked.
Yeah, come on, I'll show you.
Here, my dear.
Yonder she is.
This is a bachelor pad?
The best kind. With this rascal, I can go where the action is.
What you mean?
Well, I can park out in front of the kitty cat club and get them pretty girls as they come out the door. And if things get slow there, I just drive on down to the beach and get me another load as they come out of the water.
Flying some mess. Well, you couldn't get a goat to go in there.
Well, I ain't got it fixed up yet. Wait till I move my stuff in.
What stuff?
My bachelor pad stuff. Etchings on the wall, super stereo hi-fi, soft lights for dancing, table and chairs for candlelight supper, big old sofa, fireplace. Boy, it is gonna be something. Come on, give me a hand. Okay, Allie, I got the stove connected.
You want me to start the fire?
No, I'll do that later. Doggone, it just ain't got the class of a fireplace.
Can I come out now?
No, let's check things off first. Victuals? I mean cuisine.
Well, there's a box in here with some ice in it and some goat's milk and turnip juice. That what you call cuisine?
Well, that's all I could get without Granny catching me. How do you like it, Uncle Jed?
What is it?
It's what you call a portable Playboy parlor.
Where'd you get it?
The city dump.
What's all them bricks for?
Oh, I was going to build a fireplace in it, but couldn't wait for the mortar to set.
There's somebody in there.
Come on out, Ellie.
I'm coming.
Dumb old girl cousin. Why didn't you use a regular door?
Oh, I couldn't get to it.
What do you mean you couldn't get to it? Thank you.
Kind of full, ain't it?
Yeah, with a couple of girls in there, it's going to be real snug.
Ellie, Granny's up.
Hey, I'm headed for the Kitty Cat Club. Bye. Hey, give me a little shot to get me started!
Dad, there's some furniture missing from... What's that, rig?
That's what Jethro calls his portable Playboy parlor.
Jed, mark my words. That boy is going to get himself into trouble.
Granny, he can't even get himself into the rig.
Jethro, I've only got a 10-minute break. Where are we going?
Come here, I want to show you something.
What is it?
Paradise on wheels. You got to see it to believe it. Here it is.
Well, I see it, but I don't believe it.
Oh, the paradise part is inside.
Well, what's all this supposed to be?
Overflow. It was mighty crowded in there.
What are you putting on?
What 78% all international Playboys wears at a time like this. Come on in.
This has got to be a gag. Holy smoke!
Ain't this a gas? Quick as I can get to it, I'm going to turn on the hi-fi and we'll dance.
Don't bother. I'm getting out of here.
Oh, no. Not without you give me a kiss.
Forget it.
Oh, come on.
Let go.
Not till you put one right here.
Okie doke.
Just for that, you ain't getting invited back.
Jethro, my boy.
I'm not your boy, and here are your old magazines back.
My magazine?
Swinger. You said I could have everything that was in your garage, and they was there.
Oh, yes, but I didn't.
I read them from cover to cover, just like they said, and they got me into nothing but trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Every kind. I got whomped by Granny, yelled at by Uncle Jed, spent all of my money fixing up a portable pad, and the first kitty cat I showed it to uppercutted me right through the roof.
What?
Now I ain't got no pad, ain't got no truck neither, because I can't pay for the parking over to the Kitty Cat Club. Wait till Uncle Jed hears about this.
Now, wait. We don't want to bother our Uncle Jed. Here, this will take care of your parking. Then come back here, and we'll talk further.
Jethro!
Howdy, Miss Jane. I was counting on getting me a couple of kitty cats, and all I got was a sore chin, a lump on my head, and a busted roof. And all my furniture messed up, too. Wait till Granny sees that.
Now, Jethro, don't go home. Come back here to the bank.
Well, all right. But if I was you, I'd burn them Swinger magazines.
Swinger magazines?
Yeah, he stumbled onto a stack of back issues somewhere.
In your garage, perhaps?
Now, never mind. Now, we've got to get that corn-fed Casanova back in a good mood. I know. Hire a couple of kitty cats to make a fuss over him. Me? What? How would it look for a bank president to walk into the kitty cat club in the middle of the day?
Ask the doorman. You go there for lunch twice a week.
2 kitty cats.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm the international Playboy. Yonder's my pad. Would you care to step in for a belt of cold goat's milk? Gone it. What's wrong? Maybe I ought to give my paradise on wheels a coat of paint.
Well, hi there, International Playboy.
Well, howdy, kitty cat. Would you care to step into my pad and lap up a saucer of goat's milk?
I'd love it.
Hot dog, I got me a kitty cat. 2 kitty cats. Oh, boy, Miss Jane. Ow. Here, Miss Jane, sit down and read a book whilst I show her my pad.
No, thank you. 2 kitty cats you wanted? 2 kitty cats? You've got.
Well, all right, but it's going to be kind of a tight fit. Miss Jane, I can't get to the icebox for the goat's milk.
Who cares?
Well, you can look at my etchings or listen to music.
You have music?
Super stereo hi-fi. I got it plugged into the bank.
Marvelous. Let's hear it.
Okay, just let me reach the switch. Boy, it bores right into your brain, don't it?
Quickly, let's get back to the club.
What was that noise?
Hi-fi. This just ain't my day. I'm gonna unplug myself and go home.
Oh, no, not home. Not in this mood.
But I ain't having no luck at all. You reckon there'll be any girls at the beach?
Oh, scads of them. Bathing beauties. Oh, that's the spot. The beach.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Back to work, everybody. There's a bank, not a sideshow.
Mr. Drysdale, isn't he the boy whose uncle has $50 million?
Yeah. What's it to you? Do you work here?
I used to.
Boy, what a miserable place this is. Cold and wet. Stove won't draw. No electricity, no company, no nothing. Well, you ain't exactly the kind of kitty cat I was hoping for, but you're welcome to come inside and have some goat's milk, quick as all that smoke clears out. Howdy, ma'am.
Hello.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes.
Hold this cat. I got some notes on what to say. Oh, I use them to light the fire. Cold, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Sure is. Why don't you put on your jacket?
Oh, what a good idea.
Thank you.
I bet it's warm in there.
But awful smoky.
It seems to be clear now.
Hey, it is, ain't it?
Well, would you like to go inside and get warm?
Yeah. Oh, will you promise to wait for me?
I have an even better idea. We can both go in.
Oh, yeah. I should have thought of that, but I'm kind of lost without my notes. Step into paradise.
Before I do, your uncle does have $50 million.
Yeah, I know. Cozy, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
I'd play some music for you, but ain't got no electricity for my hi-fi.
We can make our own music.
Okay. If I can find some tissue paper for my comb, what do you play?
Get it.
Oh, would you care for some goat's milk?
Have you got anything stronger?
Yeah. I got some home-squeezed turnip juice.
Well, I'll have mine on the rocks.
Well, it's awful cold out there. Wouldn't you rather have it in here?
You talked me into it.
Okay. Whilst I'm working my way into the icebox, I'll cipher for you. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4.
You're kidding.
Didn't you know that? Oh, you are in for a treat. Sit down. Now, that brings us up to the 10. I'll need a set of toes to cipher them. How about yours? You got your shoes off.
Listen, what's that noise?
Oh, that's just water. Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah. 10 times 1 is 10.
Tide's in. We're floating.
Hot dog! I got got me a yacht. This is what you call class.
This is what you call nuts, and I'm what you call leaving.
Hey, shut the door, will ya? He's going on over to Catalina.
Sent for me, Chief?
Well, I did. Where have you been?
It's my day off.
Day off. I don't give days off to... What is that?
This happens to be the official uniform of the Biddle Bird Watchers, Beverly Hills Nest, of which I am flockmaster.
Well, fly home and change. You're taking me up to the Clampets to get these income tax returns signed.
But, Chief, 1 year ago you promised me a day off. Our esteemed founder, Professor P. Casper Biddle, is coming to town.
Go forget it. I need you at the Clampets in case he asks me tax questions I can't answer.
But, Chief, the professor is leading us to the nesting place of the yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Not until I lead you to the nesting place of the stubble-cheeked taxpayer. Now, come on. We'll stop by your place and you can change clothes.
I am sorry, Chief. I've worked weekends, holidays, and nights so that I might have Biddle day off. And as flockmaster of the Beverly Hills Nest, it is my duty and privilege to meet the professor upon his arrival.
Well, call him. Tell him to take a taxi.
Our only contact is by carrier pigeon, and the last one has been dispatched.
Carrier pigeon.
Yes, the professor is hiking in from the Tehachapies. I'm to meet him at the foot of the Big Saugus Wash in exactly 22 minutes.
All right, we'll pick him up on the way to the Clampets.
But Chief, a bird-watching expedition.
You'll be out of there in plenty of time to look for your freckle-faced woodpecker or whatever it is.
Yellow-bellied sapsucker.
All right, all right.
Come on, pal. You get the first taste.
So you made some donuts, huh?
Yes, sir. All by myself. Third I am.
Well, that's what you call a real man-sized donut.
Nice especially for you and Jethro.
Yeah, ain't that dandy? Why don't you go find Jethro so he can enjoy these with me?
All right.
Hold it. Don't knock.
I distinctly heard the call of a hermit warbler.
How exciting. Perhaps the Clampets will know if there's one nested hereabout.
You wait here. If there are any questions, I'll sneak out and see you.
But Professor Biddle would like to meet Mr. Clampett.
Yes, I'm trying to raise money to aid in the preservation of the California condor.
The professor is the only human being who has ever managed to live in prolonged and intimate contact with that rare and remarkable bird.
I've actually occupied a condor's nest. As these photographs will prove, I took these with a tripwire. Of course, the condor's nest is just a rocky ledge or sheltered spot high among the rocks.
As you know, Chief, the California condor is probably one of the largest of all flying birds.
But they need help if we're to keep them from disappearing. There are only about 40 left.
A donation from Mr. Clampett would
Forget it. Await in the car, both of you. Preferably in the trunk.
Well, Mr. Drydale, come in.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
Who's them two fellas?
Oh, that's a couple of bird watchers.
Well, from the looks of them, the birds probably do a little watching themselves.
Well, Mr. Clampett, I'm afraid it's that time of year again.
What you mean?
Time for us to pay our income taxes.
Oh, good. Let's give them a little extra this year.
What?
Well, I sure can't spend all the money I got, and it ain't doing no good just laying down there in your bank. Turn pale. You feeling poorly?
No, I'll be all right. May I have a glass of water?
Well, howdy there.
Ellie Mae, hello.
Miss Jane, Right-o.
Ellie Mae, I should like you to meet the famous ornithologist and founder of Biddle's Bird Watchers, Professor P. Casper Biddle. Ellie Mae Clampett.
How do you do, Miss Clampett?
Well, howdy. What y'all looking for?
Birds.
Well, shucks, you don't need them things. I'll just whistle you one down so she can see it up close.
A wild bird?
Well, what would you like? A blue jay, a robin, a owl, a dove?
She does have an amazing rapport with wild creatures.
Well, yonder's Henry. Come on down, Henry. Come on now.
Remarkable. She has tamed a Cyanocetus stellari.
Well, this is a blue jay.
Same thing, Ellie. He's a member of the Corvidae family.
No, ma'am, he's a clampet. See you later, Henry.
Flockmaster Hathaway, why isn't this girl a Biddle bird watcher?
A definite oversight on my part, Commander Biddle. Ellie Mae would make a splendid addition to our Beverly Hills nest. Would you like that, Ellie?
I reckon so.
Well, I suggest we induct her right now and get her uniformed in time for today's expedition.
Good thinking.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Hello there, Granny.
Hello. Well, Jed, did you put it to him about the fella?
What fella, Granny?
The fella Ellie ain't got.
Well, Mrs. Drysdale wasn't feeling good. I thought I'd wait a bit.
Ellie's been waiting 4 years. If you can't come up with a new one, bring back one of the old ones. Like that big, handsome movie star, Dash Riprock.
Yeah, what happened there? Ellie liked him a heap.
And he liked Ellie.
Well, then why don't he come around no more? Get after him, twist his arm a bit.
I'll do just that.
Well, now, hold on. I wouldn't want you pushing Mr. Riprock at Ellie.
Oh, Granny, look at the fella I just met.
Hello, I am P. Casper Biddle.
Howdy.
Howdy. We's going bird watching in Griffith Park.
Yes, we're going to look for the nesting place of the yellow-bellied sapsucker.
I reckon it wouldn't hurt to push Mr. Riprock a little.
Dash Riprock to see Mr. Drysdale.
Dash Riprock in person. Here in this office.
Yes. I believe I'm expected.
Oh, no. I would have had my hair done and worn a different dress and...
Mr. Drysdale's expecting me. Miss?
May I have your autograph?
Of course.
Well, not there. Here.
What are you doing out here, Noodleman?
Mr. Drysdale, I'd appreciate it if you used my professional name, Dash Riprock.
Oh, forgive me, forgive me. I've been reading your contract. In here, you're Homer Noodleman of Peoria, Illinois.
Yes, that's my legal name.
Interesting thing about your contract, Homer, Dash. The studio has the right to put you in a television series.
Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't want to do that.
Yes. Well, they usually do what I recommend.
But I'm strictly a movie star. The overexposure of television...
All right, let's forget it. Well, how's everything else? Been having any fun?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've read about you in the gossip column. Must have 5 or 6 girls, eh?
I don't believe everything you read in the
Granny.
Say, Ellie, Rip Rock called while she was out getting your uniform. Said he was coming over to see you.
Well, tell him I'll get back quick as I can.
Well, ain't you going to wait for him? He should be here by now.
Well, I can't, Pa. I'm going with them.
Well, now, Ellie, don't you remember Dash? A big, strapping, good-looking movie star?
Sure. Tell him I'll get back just as soon as we done bird watching.
Well, say, you might as well take along my bird call that I whittled. It's upstairs in my room someplace.
Okay. Be back in a minute.
Say, now, there's who you ought to take bird watching.
Jethro?
Have him break trail through the brush for you. Them feet of his will lay down a path you can drive a wagon over.
What do you think, Commander?
Well, he's not in uniform, but
Jethro! Come here, boy. You going bird watching?
Here. Take this out in the woods with you and get rid of it. But don't let Ellie see what's in it.
Huh?
Come on, boy. They're waiting for you.
Uncle Jed, what's going on here?
He's going out looking for birds.
Hot dog. What kind? Quail, duck, pheasant, turkey?
Ask them.
Jethro Bodine, Professor P. Casper Biddle.
hello, Jethro.
Howdy. What kind of birds we going looking for?
Yellow-bellied sapsuckers.
Divvy's on the drumstick.
Go on, have fun now.
I found it, Pa.
Well, I say, Ellie, that ain't the call I had in mind.
I thought you said Dash Riprock was coming to see Ellie.
He is, but I couldn't hold her. Now we got to figure out how to hold him till she gets back.
Oh, that won't be no chore. I got a great big pot of grits and gopher I can warm up for him.
That ought to hold him.
Speaking of gophers, do you remember that bucktooth family that used to live up on Piney Ridge?
You mean the Condors?
Yeah. What was their first names?
Let me think now.
It wasn't Andy and somebody, was it?
Well, let's see now. Hers was Jenny.
That's right. They called her Aunt Jenny.
And Uncle Will. Will and Jenny Condor.
That's them. Had 14 young'uns.
Every one of them bucktooth.
When that family went to eating corn on the cob, they set up a clatter you could hear for a mile away.
What made you ask about him, Granny?
That little professor fella. He knows some condors out here in California.
A ticket, you say? What if there's any kin to Will and Jenny?
Be they's mountain folks.
Well, let's have them down to Vittles.
Dandy idea. The professor's staying with him. He can fetch him down. I'll cook up a great big mess of catfish.
And plenty of corn on the cob.
Mr. Drysdale, wait. Let me explain. I got here as soon as I could.
It wasn't soon enough, Homer.
I wanted to clear the whole afternoon and evening for Ellie Mae. That was 6 dates I had to break.
Okay, you've got one more chance. But make good, or you'll be combing seaweed out of your hair. With a claw.
You ain't leaving, are you, Mr. Riprock?
Ellie, I'll be back.
And I'll be waiting for her. I'll sit right here so I don't miss it.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. Come on inside and be comfortable.
I'll give you some victuals. Do you like grits?
Well, like anything you cook, Granny.
Wait till you see what I've cooked with them.
I sure hope that professor don't keep Ellie away too long.
Oh, say, speaking of that little oddball, did he ask you for money to help the Condors?
No, he spoke to Granny about him, but he didn't ask for money.
Good.
But if the Condors need help, I'll give him all the money he wants.
Please, Mr. Clem.
Turning pale again.
Look, don't give the professor any money, at least until I've looked into the tax aspects. It may not be deductible.
Oh, what difference does that make?
Now, please, just wait until I've checked into it. Meantime, the state of California is doing what it can to help the Condors. So you relax, and I'll get back to you.
I sure hope they ain't related to Will and Jenny. Be a blow to find out their kin was taking charity from the state.
This might take a bit to warm up.
Well, that's all right.
I'd offer you one of Ellie's cookies, but they's all gone. I tell you, when that girl bakes something, it don't stay around no time at all.
She must be pretty good.
Good ain't the word for Ellie's cooking. Why, just this morning she baked 10 pounds of donuts and they's gone already.
Just my luck to miss out on them.
It sure is.
Well, how y'all doing?
Granny's been telling me all about Ellie's cooking.
Oh, well, don't forget, she's awful pretty.
He didn't get a chance to sample nothing, Jed.
Oh, that's too bad. But then from what I hear tell, you movie stars ain't never home to eat nohow.
True, but then something like Ellie's cooking might just settle a fella down.
That's a fact.
Ellie's cooking and a fella might never leave the table.
No. You're going to be all right.
What's the matter with Jethro?
Well, he became ill in the trail. We terminated our expedition and rushed him home.
What's hurting you, boy?
Them donuts you get me. I feel like I swallowed a couple of brake drums.
You ate them?
Well, what'd you think I'd do? Bury him?
My own fault for making them. I shouldn't have tried to best Ellie.
What are you talking about? Ellie's a wonderful.
Best thing in the world for a stomach ache. Miss Jane, take Dash out and show him the cement pond.
It's a good idea.
Oh, well, we've seen the cement pond.
It's got all different water in it now.
Real pretty.
You get upstairs to bed. I'll be up directly and doctor you.
Now I know what a chicken feels like with a gizzard full of rocks.
Granny, glad to get you alone for a minute. You know them condors we was wanting to have down to Vittles?
Yeah?
Well, it turns out they is real hard up.
No.
According to Mr. Drysdale, they is on relief.
Let's give them a sack full of money.
Granny, they is mountain folks. They wouldn't take money from strangers.
True.
We gotta figure a way to help them so they can keep their pride.
The little professor fella is a friend of theirs. Why don't you talk to him whilst I remedy Jethro?
Good idea.
I hope we're going to be good friends, Ellie.
We already are. Well, you're one of the nicest, kindest.
Ellie Mae, you're back.
Well, howdy, Dash. This here's Professor Biddle.
Hi. Gee, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Dash, this is the famous Professor Biddle I've been telling you about.
Swell. Come on, Ellie, let's go for a walk.
Here, just a moment.
Oh, Professor, you're just the fellow I've been looking for.
But
Sit down. I want to talk to you about helping them condors.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Indeed, it would, Mr. Clark.
You too, Miss Jane. Sit down.
Thank you.
Granny tells me you've been staying with them up there in the mountains.
Yes, I have.
What kind of place they got?
Well, they live mostly in caves and on rock ledges.
Tell. How many of them is there up there?
Well, I've only counted 12 myself, but there's supposed to be about 40 of them altogether.
You got Will and Jenny backed off. I bet you when that California bunch goes to eating corn on a cob, you can't hear yourself think.
Mr. Clampett, condors do not eat corn.
The ones back home do.
Back home? Oh, you're probably thinking of wild turkeys.
Oh, there's corn on the cob made the noise.
Perhaps I can clear up the confusion. Commander, where are those pictures of you and the condors?
In my map case inside.
Excuse me.
Say, Professor, I got a kind of a notion. Supposing, instead of money, we gather together a bunch of clothes and stuff and leave them up there in the mountains where the condors can find them.
Clothes?
Yeah, good, heavy, warm stuff.
You couldn't get a condor to wear clothes.
You mean to tell me there's 40 of them running around up there buck-tooth naked?
Mr. Clampett, do you know what a condor looks like?
I don't care how pretty they are. They ought to wear something.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I am so thrilled that you're going to help the commander in his fight to save the condors. For years now, they have been driven farther and farther back into the mountains, shot at, harassed, poisoned.
I don't wonder, the way they carry on.
Oh, wait, let me show you a picture of the condors.
No, thank you. Whatever you do, don't let Granny see him.
Clothes on condors. Gee, and they call me a nut.
Like I told you, I'm gonna dance with Professor Biddle tonight.
Break it. I hope it's for you.
Well, I can't do that.
Of course you can.
No, I can't.
Excuse me, I believe the young lady made herself clear.
Stay out of this little bag. Hi there, Granny. Mr. Clampett.
Howdy, Dash.
What are you and Ellie gonna do today, Dash?
We're gonna dig clams.
Fine and dandy.
All right, now, young fella, let's have the truth.
And we're going to Pismo.
You see, Jed, I told you that clam digging was just a story. They's going pismoing. Well, if I hadn't drawed down on him, he'd have got away with it. How do you pismo?
Pismo's where we dig for clams. Pismo Beach.
Granny's just joking. Have fun now, youngins.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Granny.
Bye, Granny.
Now, ain't you plumb ashamed?
No, I ain't. He's a Hollywood actor. And I wouldn't trust none of them any further than I could fling a anvil.
How soon you have to get back to the studio, Dash?
I've got the whole day off, Ellie. They're shooting my scenes with a stunt double today.
Well, what's the stunt double?
Well, he's a fellow that takes my place in the dangerous scenes. For example, today he's in a covered wagon full of dynamite when it explodes. Then he gets swept down the mountain in an avalanche. And if he's still in one piece, we've got a scene where he rushes into a burning cabin to rescue the girl, and it collapses.
Well, golly, who would be dumb enough to do that?
I don't know. I found some nut.
Who are you? What are you doing in my... Jethro.
You look like a walking rainbow.
Ain't you never seen a movie star before?
You...
Well, over at the movie studio, they say I'm gonna be twice the star Dash Riprock is. They say I'm gonna be his double.
You're gonna be acting in pictures like Dash?
Instead of Dash. Just between us, I think they's trying to get rid of him, because they's giving me all his good scenes to do today.
They are?
Yep. I get to ride in a covered wagon. Fella said that scene is just dynamite. And then I get to ride on an avalanche, whatever that is. Then I get to rescue a pretty girl from a burning cabin.
How come they picked you to do all that?
Uncle Jed, it was like a Hollywood fairy tale. I was just standing there on the set, and this big light fell down and hit me right on the head.
Get hurt?
I'll say, busted it all to pieces. I offered to pay for it, but...
Did you get hurt?
Oh, heck no. Then a crowd gathered around, and this man said, "Hey, you're just the fella to take Dash's place." Reckon he's seen I had what you call star quality.
Does Dash know about this?
Oh, I don't think so. They gave him the day off.
Well, I don't exactly cotton to you taking Dash's job.
Oh, I don't need it. But that's show business. Today's star is tomorrow's has-been. Same thing could happen to me, now that I'm a star.
What's gonna happen to Dash?
Oh, don't worry, Granny. I'll see he gets took care of. I'll make him my grip or my hairdresser or something.
Well, make us proud of you, Jethro.
Oh, by the way, that ain't my name no more. Us movie stars got to use tough-sounding names like Biff Steele, Crunch Hardtack, or Race Burley.
You got one?
I thought myself up a dandy. Beef jerky.
That's tough, all right, but I kind of had a feeling he could have done better.
Whatever he'd have thought of it had been food.
Yes. A movie star to see me. Now, look, I told Dash Riprock to date Ellie at beef jerky.
Surprise, Mr. Drysdale. It's me.
Jethro. You're...
Beef jerky. Made the name up myself. You like it?
I couldn't have done better.
Jethro, I mean, Beef wants to borrow my car so he can arrive at the studio in style.
You mean you're serious about this?
Heck yeah. I'm going to be the new Dash Riprock.
Wonderful.
I'll get my keys.
Dash is still dating Ellie, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. They's on their way to Pismo Beach right now.
Good, good.
Boy, Mr. Drysdale, I sure hope them pretty girls chase after me like they done old Dash.
They will, don't you worry, Beef. Oh, incidentally, I'd use that first name whenever possible. You don't want people calling you Mr. Jerky.
Yeah. I see what you mean. I don't want nobody to think I'll go in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, here are my keys, Jethro.
Beef. Thanks. I'll leave the truck in the parking lot for you.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Yes, it will. I can only drive one car at a time.
Well, where do you suppose he got that wild idea?
Same place he got the clothes. But who cares as long as Ellie Mae is happy? Jethro says Dash took her to Pismo Beach today.
Well, that's very interesting.
Oh, speaking of Dash, Mr. Drysdale, this is Miss Debbie Haber. She'd like to talk to you about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
You've just done it. You've told me where I can find the two-timer.
No, wait a minute.
Don't get in my way. Dash told me you started this Ellie Mae business. Well, I'm going to finish it.
Now, wait, Miss Haber. How would you like to meet the new Dash Riprock?
Who?
Well, that big, good-looking movie star who just left here.
You mean Tiger Boy, the clown in the five-flavor outfit?
Let me tell you about him.
No, thanks. Dash promised me a screen test, and he's going to come through.
This kid's uncle owns the studio.
Really? Well, tell me more about him.
Well, he's a nice kid, lots of laughs.
Not him. His uncle.
Howdy. Oh, I ain't Dash Riprock.
Oh, I know. Oh, you're much handsomer than Dash.
Oh, shucks. That fire gee whiz.
Oh, you've been a conversationalist, too. Talk some more. I just love to hear you.
Oh, well, good darnation.
Oh.
You act in the movies?
Oh, I want to.
Oh, would you like to watch me today and learn how?
May I?
Why, heck yeah. I'm going to do some real great scenes. Oh, yonder comes my director. He's the one that discovered me.
Well, I'm going to go park my car, and I'll meet you right back here.
Okay. Hot dog. Been a star less than an hour and already got me a girl. Oh, Mr. Gordon, it's me.
Huh? Oh, you're the guy that got hit with the lamp yesterday. You're Bodine, aren't you?
I'm jerky now.
Worse than yesterday? Bodine, go on over to wardrobe, will you?
I'd appreciate it if you called me by my screen name. Beef Jerky.
Beef Jerky.
Tough sounding, ain't it?
Yeah, sounds great. You're gonna double Dash Riprock, right?
Well, I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, all right. Well, now we're gonna be on location, so I'll meet you over at the bus. But first, the studio doctor will examine you, then you'll have to sign those release forms, right? Then I want you to drop in over there on wardrobe and pick up your crash helmet, your chest protector, your safety padding, and your asbestos underwear.
Boy, they really take care of you when you're a star.
Well, I'm all ready.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to watch me act today. We're going out on what you call location.
Well, I'll be waiting for you when you get back.
How'd you know my name?
Oh, I know a lot about you. Word's getting around.
It is?
Yes. And I'd like to know you better. Meet your family?
Well, all right, but don't expect too much. They's just a bunch of weed benders from back in the hills. They ain't sophisticated like me.
I can't wait to meet him.
Him?
Them.
Oh. Well, bye.
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 Hey, speaking of Jethro, he called while you was outside. Said he's found himself a sweetheart.
A sweetheart?
Yeah, said she's real pretty and right sweet on him. Said it was a case of love at first sight. He's gonna bring her home to meet us and then ask her to marry him.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what's your name?
He don't know that yet.
Well, leastways, he's moving faster than Dash Riprock.
Yeah, his movie starring is moving right along, too. He says he's out on what they call location, getting ready to act in his first scene.
Oh, I wish we could see him.
Bob, are you ready to pan him over to the wagon?
All set, Mr. Gordon.
All right, I want Joe and Harry to cover the same action on cameras 2 and 3. Now, Beef, listen. When I say action, I want you to run to the covered wagon, climb in the back of the covered wagon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Action! Be able to follow him, Bob?
Not missing a thing.
All right. He's in the wagon. Cue in my Indians. Okay, Beef, the Indians are coming.
How do I keep him from getting the dynamite? maybe. Boy, sure sets of fellers there, stringing.
No Indians! What happened to my Indians?
They missed their cue, Mr. Gordon.
Oh. All right, we'll do it again. Get another wagon. Okay, beef! Here come the Indians! Push the plunger!
Again?
Yes, again!
How did it go that time?
Beautiful! Great! Bob, how'd it look to you?
I missed it. The film buckled.
Oh, well, don't worry. Joe and Harry were covering on the other two cameras. Joe, how'd it go with you?
Sorry, Mr. Gordon. I had a foul failure and didn't get a thing.
Well, we've still got the long shot up in the hill. Harry, come here, Harry. How'd it go up there, Harry?
Ready when you are, Mr. Gordon.
Get another wagon. We're going to do it again.
Hi, Mr. Clement.
Hi, Pop.
Hey, howdy there. How'd you young folks do down to the beach?
Well, just fine, Pop. We had us a mess of fun.
Good.
Manage your phone, Mr. Clement?
You bet you can. It's right inside there. Help yourself.
Thanks. I want to call the studio and see how things are going.
But, well, I reckon he's got to find out for himself sooner or later.
Find out what, Pop?
His job movie starring has done been took by your cousin Jethro.
Jethro.
I know it's a mite hard to swallow, but right now, whilst we are standing here, Jethro is out someplace on what they call location, doing all of Dash's best scenes.
I just talked to the studio. Do you know what Jethro's doing?
Well, yeah, Dash, but...
I got to stop him.
Well, now, let's talk a minute.
There's no time for that. Jethro's doing all my stunts.
Well, I know he's trying.
He's going to get his head blown off.
My doggies, he took it right spiteful.
Gee, Pop.
He hadn't ought to threaten Jethro. Just for that, I hope the boy gets a chance to show him what he's made of.
How'd it look, Bob?
Great.
All right, print it. Now let's get set up for the avalanche. What is it, kid?
Are you sure Cary Grant started like this? Hi, Uncle Jed.
What? You look like you've been sorting bobcats in a burning hayloft.
I feel like it, too.
Granny? I know Dash was gunning for you when he left here, but I never thought he'd do this to you.
Well, he didn't. I got this acting.
Acting?
Yeah, and Uncle Jed, being a movie star ain't all that it's cracked up to be.
And what happened to him?
He's been acting.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Granny, it is miserable work.
The hours is good. You got done early.
I wasn't done, but old Dash come out and kicked up such a fuss, they sent me back to the studio.
From the look of you, maybe just as well.
But I was just getting to the good scene. I was going to ride an avalanche down a mountain.
What's avalanche?
How do you ride it?
Well, I don't know, but it had to be what I've been doing.
Where's that girl you called about?
Oh, yeah, Debbie. Meeting her is the best part of this movie starring business.
I thought you was gonna fetch her home.
Oh, she's coming by later. Said she had to go get fixed up first. Wait till you see her. She's pretty as a mess of fried catfish.
Granny? Boy's in love. Ain't no girl ever come up to fried catfish before.
Now all we gotta do is find Dash.
And if I hadn't gotten there when I did, he'd have been buried under an avalanche.
Good heavens!
All right, so you did a good deed. Go collect your merit badge and get back up to the Clampetts.
That's another thing. I can't go on seeing Ellie.
Oh, why not?
Oh, those people 3 dates and you're engaged.
Well, you could do worse. Her father has 50 million.
Mr. Drysdale, money isn't everything.
There. Ow. Now, you don't fool me, Rip Rock. You just want to get back to those Hollywood swingers like Debbie Haber.
What do you know about her?
Plenty. If I hadn't sticked around to Jethro, she'd have gone out to Pismo Beach
You
and...
sick Debbie on Jethro?
Well, yes, because if I hadn't done that...
Mr. Drysdale, she'll break that kid's heart. All she cares about is a screen test. And if she ever gets her gold-digging hooks into Jed Clampett...
Whoa, don't stand there. Do something. There, break it up. Well, Miss Hathaway, I have you to blame for this mess.
Well, I didn't do anything.
I know, I did. But fortunately, I have you to blame for it.
Howdy, can I help you?
I hardly think so.
Well, who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Mr. J.D. Clampett.
Well, then I can help you. That's me.
You? I mean, you?
Ma'am.
Well, forgive me, but the way you're dressed would... You just don't look like the average run-of-the-mill studio executive.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I always prided myself on dressing neat.
Mr. Clampett, I'm Debbie Haber.
Yeah, you're that girl that Jethro was so took with.
Oh, he spoke to you about me.
Yes, ma'am. He said you was about as pretty as a mess of fried catfish.
All right, beef jerky. You took Dash's job and now you're gonna get it.
Get what?
Beat up.
Oh, Ellie, I done been beat up, blowed up, and burned up.
Count 3 and then I'm gonna commence to taking you apart.
Come on, Ellie, please.
1.
My sweetie's coming.
2.
I have a heart.
3.
Sounds like Jethro. He must be changed by now. Come on in.
No, Mr. Clampett, it's you I want to talk to.
Me?
Yes.
What for?
I want you to test me.
Why would I want to do that?
Because I've had a lot of experience. Let me tell you what I've done.
Well, what's past is past. That's your business, ma'am. The only thing that counts is what you are today.
Well, all right then. Take a look at me. I'm 36, 24, 35.
Now, calm down. You got yourself to where you can't even remember your own age.
All right, I promise. No more movie star, and Dash can have it.
Okay, now tell Pop. And then you're gonna find Dash and tell him.
Mr. Clampett, don't you understand? I want to be in the movies. I want to be a star.
You better talk this over with Jethro. That is beef. According to him, it's miserable work.
Debbie, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get a screen test.
Well, meet me at the studio. I'll take care of it.
Hey, Dash, I don't want to be a movie star no more. You can have your old job back. Hey, wait, Debbie. You and me can still be sweethearts.
Get lost, Jerky.
Oh, it's Bodine now.
To me, you'll always be Jerky.
Thank you.
Well, howdy, Dash.
Hi, Ellie.
I'll bake you some cookies. I'll run fetch him.
Get in this car and drive for your life, boy.
Dad, Ellie's been baking again. You got a sharp shovel?
Get going, boy.
Really hasn't got a shotgun.
She's got worse. Go.
Here's your car.
Thanks, Miss Jane. Yours is over yonder.
Let's go for a little drive. Beef?
Okay, but I'm just plain Jethro from now on.
Oh, where should we go?
Randy, that gives me an idea. Say, how would you two like to drive to Pismo Beach?
For clam digging?
No, for cookie bearing. That's the one place they won't kill the trees.